Hello there, Ray here. We got some more Minecraft Live leaks for 2024. And these showed up on the Minecraft Reddit from Sharavan Chaha. So first up, we can see these are images taken on a computer screen. So there's some type of screen here, and then looks like they took a picture of the screen with the actual video playing. The top right, you can see it says Minecraft Live, and this probably says after show. So this is after the main show where they show the developers actually playing around with the new features. Then they got the little images of the different developers playing with the new biome, and this is supposed to be the Pale Gardens biome. And we got the name of the biome from the previous leak where it said it was going to be Pale Garden. So it seems like the Pale Garden actually has a lot of these pale trees. Some people are suspecting that the Pale Garden biome would be in the end dimension, but you can clearly see it is here in the overworld. We got these grayish trees. It looks like the whole biome is kind of in a hilly spot, maybe kind of like where meadows are at. We got jungle on one side and a dark oak forest on the other. It might be a little bit higher moisture biome. And we can see the grass is a special really light white color. And here's another image, and in the second image here we can see what the actual wood will look like. It is a very white color wood, much whiter than the birch wood that we currently have. You can see different planks, we got stairs, we got trapdoors. Looks like the trapdoors are very similar. They got the vertical lines similar to like acacia. I think that's the one that has the straight lines. You see the post down here, but the quality of the image isn't too good because it's a picture of a video that's on a monitor. We can also see that there's like this white vines, so it's probably like some type of lichen, similar to like the lichen we see in real life that can kind of grow and hang down from trees. We also can see the biome in the background. We can see some of the light grass color back here. It looks like the grass color is on both sides, so maybe it's a completely different type of grass, not just change of color depending on the actual biome, because we don't actually have any dirt showing. It's just all this grass matter, so maybe it's some type of lichen similar to the hanging stuff. There's also some cobwebs that are here, and I don't know if that's placed by the builder who made these little houses or if cobwebs are kind of like naturally generated within this biome. But overall, it's really cool. I think a lot of people are going to like the white woodcutter. You can even see some of the strip variations, similar to like the white concrete we have, but it obviously has the wood texture, which might go better with other things. What do you think of this white woodcutter? Now back here, there's also a tree. This might be one of the new trees that produces the white woodcutter, but the leaves aren't white. So maybe the leaves only change color depending on what biome they're in, but it does have a unique looking log. You can see the log is put here in this house here. This is what it looks like with the bark actually on it. So apparently when you craft it down, then it turns into the white planks. You can also see some of the saplings in these little flower pots. And once again, it seems like this biome is kind of in the meadow area, like between the top of the mountain and the bottom of the mountain. And this might be a natural jungle over here producing this bamboo. Now I know some people thought this was like orange concrete stairs, but it's probably just going to be acacia stairs over here. Though I know a lot of people would love to have concrete coming in as slab and stair variations. Now some people point out that this little armor stand here might be a new type of armor, and it looks more of an aqua color than diamond armor. But what do you guys think? We also got this image, which is showing the new creaking mob. And the name was leaked in the previous leak. You can see it does camouflage with the wood like I suspected, as it does make sense something called creaking would be wood-like. We also can see the three little eyes, which was shown in a Minecraft sneak peek video on TikTok. They show these three little eyes really quickly. This also makes sense because they recently fixed a bug related to dynamic eye colors in Minecraft and how they show up in fog. They don't want the eyes to be like hidden too much or not show up when there's a bit of fog between you and the mob that has them. We can also see the creaking mob has the lichen vine-like stuff on its legs and arms, and it has little wisps of it, kind of like for its ears or maybe hair, or maybe it's like antennas or something coming off the side, but it also has like some hair sticking at the top, which is more like a wood-like. We also can see a better image of the actual biome. We can see the actual log bark type over here, and we can see the leaves, which are over here. The leaves are a pale color, so maybe the leaves change color depending on what biome they're in, but hopefully they keep their pale color when you take them to a new biome. We can also see what's going on with the grass. So we have this special pale colored grass in this biome, similar to how grass can change color depending on what biome you place it in. But we also have this block here, which is sort of like a moss block, but it's like a lichen block. And this is probably what we were seeing in the previous image, where it has color on all of its sides. And we can also see this new type of carpet, kind of like moss carpet, but it's a lichen carpet. It'll be interesting to see if we can farm this stuff up similar to actual carpet. Now the trees themselves look like they're pretty straight, so there can probably also be farmed with the automatic tree farm. And it looks like the lichen actually generates on the trees, similar to how we automatically get vines on jungle trees or even the nether trees. Now looking back at the creature, it has its head kind of off to the side, and it seems like the body is kind of sloped this direction as well. Now it looks like it could almost fit a second head here but I don't think it actually has 2 heads. As this same little pale spot here is on top of its head as well. I think it's just going to illustrate kind of like the wood and how the wood is pale when you look at the ends of it compared to looking at the sides of it. Now the mob itself is taller than the player. This could just be visual. They could make it so the mob could actually still fit through 2 tall holes. It looks like it's also 1 wide, so it can fit in pretty much any hole the player can fit in. So unlike the warden, you can't like hide from it as easily. And because this mob is specific to this biome, that would make it possible for us to make farms in the Pale Garden biome to harvest whatever loot this monster will drop, because most likely it's going to drop something. And one of the things it might drop is the Creaking Heart, and you can see this person has one of them in their inventory. It looks kind of like a piece of wood, maybe has some texture on it. So what can you do with the Creaking Heart? Well, they have this image here showing which appears to be the Creaking Heart right here. You can see it looks like it has maybe some sap, which makes it kind of orange, and it is kind of wood-like. It does kind of have that same like Warden heart feel where it's like having power coming out of it. And it looks like they added the pale tree log to the top of it, and it might be also a pale tree log to the bottom of it. And maybe you can do this and that will summon in the actual creek. And they might be illustrating here that it doesn't work with a piston, or maybe it's used to do something completely different. But we can also see the creek's eyes and how they are glowing in the background, similar to the image they posted on TikTok. So it'll be interesting to see what this exactly is used for. What are your guys' ideas? But it will be really cool to see if we can do something with automation, as they do have this piston pushing the block in order to make this shape. It does kind of remind you of like making a wither where you have to make like a certain T-shape to summon it in. So maybe it's a boss, and maybe the boss is only visible if you summon it in, so you don't have to worry about it actually spawning in naturally. Also, we can see the tree here in the background looks like they just retextured a dark oak tree. Maybe that's why we're seeing green leaves with the new texture. This is also a 2x2 trunk here, and this really just looks like a dark oak tree the way it kind of hangs. So it might be kind of like an early concept, so they might not actually have the actual tree design down. But let me know what you guys think of this. Now in this image we can also see the new vine lichen. They have 2 of them in their inventory here. You can see they're kind of dangling downwards, similar to like the crimson vines in the nether dimension. We could also see that they have 2 different axes in their inventory, like they're testing out them chopping down the tree. So I don't know if the tree is going to be harder to chop down than like a normal tree, but we can see that they do have some logs in their inventory over here. And there's also this image that was leaked. We can see the creek plus the buildings behind it. You can tell it's a video as it's moving, and they took a picture and it's kind of blurred. But in all these images we can see the different people that are talking about it, probably the developers, and these little images at the bottom of the screen. And the actual Minecraft live event will be on September 28th, this Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I will be using my knowledge from the past 15 years of playing this game to do a live commentary of the Minecraft live event. So make sure you follow me over at Twitch, and I'll try to live stream on YouTube as well, so make sure to subscribe over here. And I'm currently live right now designing a new copper farm after the new nerf. Let me know everything you think about this in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!